Hey there, beautiful souls. It is stunning. It's absolutely perfect outside. So I wanted to get out and enjoy some of it and take you with me. So, um, you're going to go for a walk with me. But I've just had something on my heart that I just really wanted to speak about because I have so many conversations with people and, you know, I don't think that people understand that we all are creators. Like, you literally are the creator of all the experiences, all the things that happen to you and for you in your life. And we all create from the same place. But many of us just receive whatever it is that comes to us. And then some of us are like, oh, well, why is this coming back? I know I used to do that before I got into learning more about me and where everything comes from and all of that. But like, I was like, why is this coming back around? Why is this here again? What's going on? And so happiness, joy, success, misery, like it's all created from the same place. Well, where do we create that from? Well, we create it from here, from the craziest day, and it could be, and I could be just in pure joy and happiness, or I could choose to see it a different way and like just be miserable and drenched and see it as the worst thing in the world, right? Like, but it's your choice. You create where your reality. We can't blame it on anybody but ourselves. We create our reality by how we choose to see things. The concepts that we have of life, of who we are, how our experiences are going. And that is going to dictate the energy that you're in. So it's going to, whether you know it or not, everything in this world is energy. Everything in our life is energy, and in the universe is energy. Everything is constantly in motion. One of the most powerful energies that you will ever tap into is your thinking. Because I mean, I know that you have experienced having walked into a room or had someone walk into the room and you didn't even need to hear them say something. You could feel them, whether they were just happy or whether they were upset and pissed off. Like, you could feel it, right? Like, your thought energy is so powerful. And so the way that we spend our time thinking is going to dictate what comes back to us. It's going to dictate how people connect with you, the way people receive what you put out, like whether it's emails, whether it's your videos, your lives, your um, a text message. There's energetic connections to it. They're gonna feel you before they even like read it. Have you ever like gotten a message and you were like, oh, I'm not sure I want to I don't know if I want to read that yet, so you may hold off. It has an energy connected to it. So what how we spend our time thinking, most people are just unconscious. Maybe you think you're really like powerful thinker because your mind is always going, 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 right? It doesn't stop. But it goes in its own regular cycles, in its own rhythm. The way you only can think about things the way that you have always thought about them until you choose or learn how to do so differently, right? Because to the world of your life. And so if you want something to shift, maybe you've been feeling really sad, really miserable, like just not doing okay. then like being aware of how you're spending your time here, being aware of how you're spending your thought energy, what you're sending out, how you're seeing yourself, how you speak to yourself. You know, do you see only misery and failure? Or do you see something, someone beautiful that's doing amazing things and that has so much good to give back to the world? It really does matter. And we're not always conscious of it. And then when we become conscious of it, if it was easy to shift and change, everybody would do it. It takes practice, and that's what my mentor Bob Proctor taught me. Like, it takes practice to learn how to change that thinking because it has become such a habit. We have habits in everything, but you also have a habit in the way that you think. And that determines how we go about and how we take action, how we interact with people, how we do all things. But it all goes back to here first. So, and unless you figure out what it is that, how it is that you're spending your thought energy, how you're spending your days, the things that you're thinking about, if you're focusing on like fear, doubt, worry, lack, limitations, um, you know, what's not going right, the problems, then that's all that you're consuming, and that's going to bring down your energy, right? And that's all that you're going to be able to see, and that's where you create from. And where we we don't get what we want, we get what we are. And so if we want something different, we have to be something different. We have to think differently. We have to focus more on what we want because I talk to hundreds of people every single week, and every one of them can tell me very easily what it is that they don't want. Can make lists and lists and lists, but to clearly define like what we want and what we would love and what we want to create, that's very different. And because we're so conditioned to focus and think about like what we don't want. Oh, I don't want this, I don't want that. And like our senses tell us like, oh, this isn't happening yet, this isn't here yet, like there's not enough money in the bank, there's not enough clients, blah 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 blah, right? Like your senses are going to show you exactly where you were at yesterday because every your thoughts create your tomorrow. Today's thinking creates your tomorrow. So if we want to have a different experience than what we are living today, we have to start thinking differently. And so typically we need guidance on how to shift that thinking because we are such creatures of habit. We are going to go into those unconscious paths like very effortlessly. I am out for a walk and I'm literally walking on a path that is predetermined for me. I don't even have to think about it. I'm just following, right? And we all have those ways of paths of thinking. So, and we do it unaware. And then you find yourself feeling a certain way. Well, if you're feeling anxiety or stress or fear or you know whatever, then it's connected to what you've been thinking. So, if you would like some support in shifting something in your life, let's talk about it. Send me a DM. I would love to connect and help you to find out where those natural paths are taking you so that we can find out where the blocks are, where you're needing some shifts. But know this, you have the power to create an amazing, empowered, inspired, like life beyond where you are now. But it all starts here. And unless if you are done recreating what has been created over and over and over, because we oftentimes relive what we created yesterday, and you're not quite sure how to do it, reach out, shoot me a message. I'd love to help you to see a different way of creating and tap into that infinite potential and like learn a new way of thinking and taking action and doing things. Because until this changes, nothing else will. You can muscle, you can grind, you can hustle, but it's not until this changes and this changes that things really shift. It all starts with you. You make the choice. What are you focusing on? Love or misery? Choose love. Choose the things that you love. Choose life and stop speaking death over your life, your business, your finances, because we are either speaking life or death at any single moment, outside or inside. And once we become aware of what we're unconsciously speaking, then we can change it. All right, my friends, have an amazing day. Reach out to me if you're ready to make some shifts and speak more life into your business, into your life. I'm here for you. All right. Love and light, my friends. Expect abundance.